All right, so I wanted to compile a little bit of the information that I've gotten about the leads that might point to Daima being part three of the global Dokkan celebration. But let's just go ahead and look at everything. So last time we were talking about the fact that there are ID gaps that point to a TUR EZA and an LR EZA, as well as either an LR EZA or three Super EZAs and a brand new LR or TUR. I think they're saying that it could be one of either of these, right? Um, but more people are looking at the fact that it could be a new LR and TUR. The part two of the celebration also doesn't stop until the 8th because we can tell when the banner art itself is gone. Another thing as well is that it does seem likely to be an LR because the required medals that we see here is that the Dokkan Awakening for a lot of these Dokkan Fest exclusives is the TUR will be whatever the brand new metal type is, and then it'll be the old metal type that fits the character. So for example, if there was a Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku, it would be Daima Goku's of metals, and then it would most likely be the mini Daima Goku as well, where it's the Super Saiyan one, right? And then we could see here that a lot of the free-to-play units or the LRs have it where it's just their own medals, like similar to this, right? And if it is more than one medals, I feel like most of the time it's like multiple of the board. For example, something like I'm trying to think off the top of my head, the Goku unit, the Goku trio, the Goku, Krillin, and Bulma. That one had it where I believe it was 3 medals to awaken them to LR. So it's either one medal or it's like multiple, but it's never usually 2, kind of how these LRs mostly are, right? But there was something I did want to talk about, and something I didn't even notice until I was talking to a friend. The Radiant Summer Dokkan Fest. You guys remember that before this banner or before the celebration started? They were showing a whole bunch of these units: Tech UI, Int Broly, Physical Super Saiyan Trio, Turles, and Daima Vegeta. There was a lot of other units on here as well, and side banner units that they gave guaranteed, which was really, really nice. But I told you guys I don't believe that you should summon on it. But that doesn't really matter, right? But Daima Vegeta being here does matter, because we scroll all the way down to where it was talking about before these skill orbs. And what do you see here? It talks about evolution attained through training, Super Saiyan 3, Vegeta, Mini Daima, and then all of the other units are scheduled to be in an upcoming summon events, or the like word for word, bar for bar, is will also be available in some events that are scheduled to become available in the near future. Become available in the near future. They already returned the other units they were talking about. Int Broly returned on the world on these part 1 banners. The Goku and the Broly, they returned in part 1 and part 2. Same thing with this physical Super Saiyan trio as well. Like all of these units returned. It's the same unit. I don't know. But these 2 units already returned. So why is Diamond Vegeta not returned yet? Huh? That's a little curious, don't you think? That's a little curious as well that the Daima event is going away on the 31st. That it's the only time that this entire story event is going down is in one day. And another thing too, again, was the fact that if we go ahead and look here, what does it say? More characters will become available for exchange as new summon events are released during the campaign period. And a lot of people have pointed out the fact that, well, maybe they just didn't update it, because I believe they did not update it for the 10th year anniversary and they saw that it was a mistake. But why not update it now that we're all looking at this information? Why not just be like, oh, we're going to take that out because we don't believe it. We don't believe this to be true. It's a little bit curious, especially considering that all of the units are already on here. We have the Super Saiyan Blues. We have the Omega Shenron. We have the Super Saiyan Rose. We have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. All of the units are already on this article. So why specify that more characters will become available later? Unless there's another Part 3 LR banner. The one thing I will say that probably points to it maybe just being a mistake is the fact that there is nothing inside of these that specify that it will have those tickets. But then again, why would they also have it where all of the tickets are in part 2 as well? Remember, all they specify is that 100 global tickets can be obtained from part 1 and part 2. There's nothing else that could be got in part 3. And a lot of the other anniversaries don't really work that way. They have it where if you want to get all of the tickets, it's part 1, part 2, and part 3. So what I also think could possibly happen is that after part 2 has officially ended in part 3, there might just be a new ticket type that we are able to use instead. But that's just more speculation than anything. Either way, the main point was the fact that there is nothing in here that specifies that there will be more banners. And it specifies here that yes, all of the new banners are able to be used, but nothing of like, oh, these summon events will come out later on, right? It just says, please check the corresponding announcements for more information on the summon events. And that's it. There's nothing saying like, oh, more will be added later, similar to how it says for these coins. And the other thing I wanted to also mention too is that this isn't the first time that we've had a part 3 LR banner either. For the 9th year anniversary, if you guys remember during the part 2 stream, I believe, they did go ahead and say that the third part would have the Tech UI Goku. Now, even though the celebration itself doesn't technically count as having UI Goku in it, because we can go ahead and scroll down here, they do not have UI Goku inside of its own celebration. They actually had it where, for whatever reason, he was just another entirely new celebration, right? If we go ahead and look here, he had his own little campaign where it was like the Power of Ultra Instincts campaign, where it had the new UI Goku, and it also had the story events returning and a lot of this other stuff returning as well. But again, we just go ahead and scroll up. Why are they playing the Universal Survival Saga like song over here, right? Why would they specifically be playing that if it wasn't for the fact that this technically counted as a part 3 of the celebration? Again, this was a thing that was announced during the anniversary, so this to me counts as a part 3 of it. This was just an extension of the anniversary as well. And the other thing too is I think you can even count UI Goku as sort of a testing grounds as well. And it's safe to say that the testing grounds was pretty good. We got first place on the App Store on 3 regions. Something that doesn't really happen as much anymore. We had it where we got number 1 in the App Store for France, Hong Kong, all 3 of these. When we look at something like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega Shenron, we get first place, but it's only in top action game. So, to me, it seems like this probably seemed like a really good thing that Dokkan did to like the higher ups, because they were like, we dropped UI Goku as a part 3 and people didn't care, and we can tell that they didn't care because of the fact that a lot of us got number 1 in the App Store because of it. So again, we also look at when the banner dropped, and the banner dropped on the 4th. We talked about the fact that the banner art of the part 2 of the celebration for the global Dokkan campaign, guess when that's going to end? In 8 days. So you literally just delay this by a couple of days, and boom, it's basically the same time period that the part 3 LR came out. All I'm saying is, if it's something similar to this, and it's like Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku, and then it's, I don't know who would be the side rating in it, maybe Ku or Do or anything like that. And then we have over here Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta as the brand new like returning unit. It would kind of make sense, I'm not gonna lie. And then you maybe also return the Int Daima Goku as well, and the physical Glorio, and then have it where it's just like that. I think that there's a really high likelihood that something like this could definitely happen. So I would, again, I would watch out for that, because I don't know, man. I think that Daima's like getting more and more likely as time goes on, but we'll have to see. We were saying the same exact thing during the countdown for the celebration, that it might be Daima, and look how wrong we were. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. As per usual, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. It really helps out the channel a lot, and I really do appreciate every single one of you who do. But thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great week. See you guys in the next one. Peace.